Hi everyone, this is Sima Raaj. Are you ready for a journey into the unknown with none other than Seema जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं. Today I've got a blockbuster for you in episode 2 of Seema जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं, featuring Neeraj Kabi, the maestro of stage and screen, spills the beans on his 20-year journey from zero to hero.
You're living like an actor every single day. Tomorrow, if you have to close your eyes and go away from this planet, you have still died like an actor. So we build strength in our workshop. Whether you get a work or not, you still are an actor every day because you are doing your riyaz, you're practicing lines, you're doing a performance. In the workshops, we tell everybody every day, learn 5 lines of anything, can be poetry, literature, whatever, from any great writer. Just learn that. Throughout the day, उसे बोलते रहिए, याद करते रहिए. And at night, exactly at 9:30, Prithvi Theatre time, or whatever time it is, you take a little thing, you put a chair somewhere, or put a katora somewhere, and perform in front of that every single day. You're living like an actor every single day. Tomorrow, if you have to close your eyes and go away from this planet, you have still died like an actor. That gives you the strength to go and audition again and again and again, because you know, even if I don't get anything, tonight I go back to my place and I put that little cutter over there, and at 9:30 I have a show today. 5 lines only, but I'm performing.
But you know, your philosophy is so remarkable, but it's in complete contrast to what our industry has been, especially if I see the work, the films that I grew up with, which I absolutely love, from the 60s to 80s or whatever that time. And that time the mark of an actor or a star was the fact of familiarity. That if it's Iftikhar Sahab or Jagdish Raj, you knew he has to be a police wala. मतलब उनका तो नाम आया Limca Book of Records में तो some 300 films playing a part. That was the whole, like how you were saying कि I don't want to do the repeat. There the whole point was about repeating. So what do you think about that? Because you can't deny the fact that उस ज़माने में there was a certain love you felt for the actor because of that image.
So I personally feel that when you are an actor, your job is, at least that's for me, like everything I'm speaking is only what I feel. It's not a statement I'm making in general. I feel personally that when, as an actor, you go on screen or on stage, that element of being able to transform from you to the actor, and then from the actor to the character that you're performing, this transformation, the quality of shifting your physical body, your mind, your voice, your very sensibility into that of the character is the job of the actor. So if you can do this for multiple kinds of human beings that exist on this planet. So if there is a villain, there is a sadhu, which I've done over there. There is a father who's just lost a child. There is a lover. There are so many kinds of people that are there. There is Gandhi, there is Nehru, there is Jinnah. When I have done all these roles, I felt that, yeah, these are transformations which I've attempted to do. If I have done Ship of Theseus, then I can also play a lover boy in Once Again with Shefali Shah. I can also play Talwar, and I can also do Byomkesh Pakshi. So that, for me, that has been my personal journey, or let us say my university of acting, where I was trying to figure out and process all these things to see, can I shift from here to here to here? For me, then that becomes the definition of an actor, that you're able to shift, because that's what our job is. It's about human relations, human transformations, human feelings. The whole human process is what the actor does. That's why we tell stories. We take out a piece of life, a small piece of life, and we enlarge it into a 2-hour performance, and we make you and we invite you as an audience to go deeper and deeper and deeper into this one little bit of your life, and to see yourself back again in that. That brings about that shift in an audience's mind, in the audience's emotions. That's what you do as an actor.
So Seema, I have to ask you, so I'm asking you, suppose you tomorrow get a killer role as this really evil sass on television, and you know that's going to make you a legend, like the Lalita Pawar like again the same example of a woman who was known for that, and people used to look forward, अरे वाह, you know, कैसे अपने बहू को कैसे परेशान करेगी, and you're going to love it. Suppose you're given that and you know that you're going to do that for the next 10 years or 20 years. Would you do it?
No.
Why?
This acting things, like when we started acting, even in NSD, when we started reading this Bharatnatyam Shastra, it talks about an actor as a patra. उसमें जो आप डालेंगे उसके शेप में वो बन जाते हैं, एंड दैट वाज फैसिनेटिंग फॉर मी. सो यू नो व्हाट हैपेंड अनिरुद्ध, जब इस तरह के स्टीरियोटाइप आता है, वेयर इज माय इंडिविजुअलिटी, वेयर इज देयर द कैरेक्टर आई वांट टू प्ले. And you know, there's a beautiful story of Charlton Heston. He was doing 10 Commandments. And then 10 Commandments, there is a scene when he sees gods. God gives these 10 Commandments. And he become white, you know. You believe me, he wrote in one of his biography that that particular film has completely transformed him as a person. So if I'm an actor and I'm not transforming and every day playing myself, so that bothers me. I can't do that.
But don't actors have the insecurity of losing out? That if you say no to something like that you could lose out on that moment, and somebody else could come and replace you?
So, you know, having said what I've said, I also believe that each to his own. Everybody has a particular skill. Everybody has a particular stamina as a human being. Whatever you feel fit, you're doing. I don't think there's anybody who's doing anything wrong in our industry. Every actor is working according to his or her own stamina, capability, etc. So it's wrong. Even I would like to do something very, very highly commercial, because that's also something I want to explore, to see that can I really become this massive entertainer. I'm already doing my work as an actor.
Yeah, like I'm trying to imagine you in a Rohit Shetty film, for example.
Yes.
Or a Priyadarshan.
That's what I'm saying. If it is something that I feel I want to explore, I mean, offers have come like that, but then what was offered didn't make any sense. So I felt, no, if I'm jumping into this, I might as well jump like a proper entertainer if I'm going to do that. Because when I was through theatre, when I was performing, I've done these roles, and as a comedian, there were comic roles that I did, which were physically very powerful. And I enjoyed them, and it worked very well with my audiences at that time. I would want to do that, and I don't think there is something right or wrong about these.
Because I remember having this conversation with Aswani Sahab, who started off with some very sensitive performances in Rishi Das films, Rishikesh Mukherjee's from the 70s. And I said, you know, then you suddenly made this complete change in the 80s with all those Kader Khan films, and the 90s with David Dhawan. And he says that was the time and that was the era, and we went along with it. And then when you see him in Abhiman and, you know, Chupke Chupke, and then you think, so would you then say an artist has sold out if that artist goes with the times, or would you? And then there are artists also who have refused to do that. They do very sporadic work and they're like, no, I would rather not do anything, but I don't want to be seen myself doing something which is cringeworthy.
I would not say the actor is sold out. Like I said earlier, it all depends on a personal stamina and the personal vision that you have for yourself as an actor. For let's say a great star, a big thing would be a massive show hit, a lead role, a show going all over the world. It's breaking all box office. That might be that person's or that actor's or that star's vision of what he or she wants to do. Accordingly, they are successful. But for many, many other people, this may not be a vision. Even if you're offered that, one will not do that because you have a particular vision. Success comes from your own personal definition of what you define as success. I know there is an entertainer, there is an actor, and there is an artist. This is the exact levels as I'm pointing it out to you. Okay. So it's entertainers at this level, and you need limited skills and training for that. Then you evolve yourself with a lot of hard work into the state of being the actor. And from there you become the artist. This is this travel you want to make for your own self. The decision is personal. This cannot be told to you saying that, nahi, aisa nahi hota hai. Yehi acha hota. You have to entertain because, but that's your idea of it.
So tell me.
So also, like, you are taking so many names of great actors who contributed to Indian industry in a different way, like Aswani Sahab. Isn't it, they were all unique and that's why you want to copy them? They were very, very famous because they created that unique thing. See, if I do a Aswani, I won't be able to match him at all anyways.
Now, so tell me...
Can I just finish this?
Sure.
Just because whatever she said right now, just to add to that. So when you're saying star, I would personally always have preferred this, that you're a star entertainer, you're a star actor, you're a star artist. Star goes everywhere. But it depends what level of star are you. That's your choice. You cannot say I'm a star, so I'm the biggest. No. You, as an entertainer, you're the greatest star. As an actor, there is a greater star. And there is a star as an artist also. So these are all different levels of where you want to pinpoint yourself. Audiences coming and going gaga over you, or taking your selfie autographs, or dreaming about you or whatever, that is the audience's choice. That does not mean that you are a great performer, or it is not according to that. It is because there are a lot of people today in this world looking for just a 2-hour breakaway from their day-to-day lives. They want to laugh. They want to see something which they can't imagine that this is possible. They want to see people dressed up in a particular way. They want to see people dancing and singing, and there is a huge audience for that, and they want that. You cannot provide them with something which is very, something which will make them think. No, they're not ready for it as yet. So we always need all the three categories. When we did Ship of Theseus, play which had no hero, no songs, and no heroine. When we were releasing that, before that we knew that nobody's going to watch this film. It's a film that has nothing in it. Who's going to see this? When it released, the first information we were getting on the phone, our director, we were all together, that the first show in Delhi has just gotten over. It's a house full. The next 3 shows are housefuls. Then Lucknow se phone aa raha hai. People are saying again it's a house full. Bombay se phones aa rahe the. And we couldn't believe that a film like Ship of Theseus going houseful. From where is it happening? And then when I came back to Bombay after 5 days, I wanted to actually see it because I was still not believing it. And it was my first film. So I went to the theatres, late night show, to one of the PVRs. And I wore a cap, I still remember that day, because I just felt that if I'm performing, I should not be seen. I just felt that, no, this is the sacredness of an actor, that you cannot be just seen plomping up everywhere like a frog, you know. You need to be there. So I went there with a cap and I sat. And the show got over, the film got over. And for the first time in my life, literally, I saw the man sitting on my right and my left, standing up and clapping. I looked back, people were standing up and clapping. I looked front, people were standing and clapping for a film which had no hero, heroine songs. I couldn't believe what were they clapping at, and why did they stand and they clap? Because I was weeping and crying away because this was a huge thing, and I felt I guess I've taken a good decision when I did this film and what I went through to do that film. But that's the time it struck me that, oh my God, that means we have an audience who we thought always or imagined that they only want to be entertained. No, here is an audience that also wants to be, said or spoken to. And they were spoken to in that film. Their hearts were touched and they woke up and they got up and they got up and they clapped. And now you realize that the audience, it's wrong to say that this is what you should do because everybody wants entertainment. No, it's wrong. Because when I did Ship of Theseus, I experienced it, and from my personal experience, I'm telling you, it's wrong to say that about an audience. An audience is ready to receive anything that you can give them which will touch their heart and their soul. They will come and watch you. And they did. When I opened my cap, obviously people recognized and they clapped, and it was such a beautiful thing that you're over there, somebody who nobody knows, and you've been struggling all your life to reach one moment where somebody will see something of yours. And the whole audience, the entire audience is just going on clapping and just standing over there, crying away, looking at everybody and bowing down multiple times to everybody. And they walk behind you. It's 12 in the night. I'm walking, there's a whole crowd behind waiting to just ask question, to think, to click pictures. They were waiting to talk to you. That's the beauty about this. And that's why my entire perception of audiences changed. And I respected audiences after that, saying that, no, there is a massive audience waiting to be touched.
The one advice or one thing that somebody said to you, somebody who worked with you, that you never forgot, which helped you in your work?
About acting?
No, just किसी ने कोई तुम्हें नसीहत दी, एक बात कही तुम्हारे साथ काम करते वक्त, और वो चीज़ आज तक आपके ज़हन में है.
I think there are a lot of times, a lot of people said many things, but like I told you that one of my teacher told me that you are an actor who actually feels more sensitive through your skin, so you don't have to do anything. The moment you try to do something, it becomes caricature. So better that you believe in feeling more and doing less.
Okay.
So that's really an amazing thing that when I really started doing, it's so transparent that everything catches, It is like that. So that sense catches. You don't have to exhibit what you feel. You really have to feel.
What about you?
Two things, One, I was told by two different people. I don't remember now. But I remember many, many years ago, two things were told to me. One was that do the same thing every day at the same time.
Really?
And I learned about Riyaz the first time. And the second thing that was told to me many, many years ago, if you want to become something, whatever art you're following, whatever craft you have, whatever, scientist, actor, whatever, you practice that, you train in that at the same time, every single day. Same thing, not doing different things every day, doing that same thing every single day at the same time. If you've decided 6 a.m., it should be 6 a.m. and you do that every day. Second thing I was told about when I was doing a workshop in Kabuki theatre. A gentleman from Japan had come down, and it's just a 3-day workshop, and we were training in Kabuki forms, and very exciting for me. And he said a very beautiful thing about a Japanese tree. He said that, there's a small tree, it grows to about, let's say, I think he said 9 inches only, and it stays like that for 9 years. 9 years, only 9 inches. And he says all the other trees grow beyond that in about 2 or 3 years. And every tree is towering over this tree. In the 9th year, this tree that was just 9 inches high shoots up to be the tallest tree that you can imagine.
So encouraging.
And he says that if you can train like this very quietly and have your strength, don't give up. Even if you're not growing, everybody else you will see growing up beyond you. But you stay there, stay rooted, stay strong. Keep your faith and don't lose it. You will still be there for continuously 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 8th, 9th, 9th year. You will shoot up higher than everybody else. That kept me going. It didn't happen in the 9th year for me, but it kept me going.
But that answered my question, which I was thinking for last 4 or 5 days. That answered the question. I mean, it's people think it's philosophy. It's not. It's the nature of life.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
So are you on social media?
Not so much at all. Actually, no.
Not at all. Like Twitter, Insta.
There's no Insta. I mean, my Insta is so blank.
Yeah?
And so boring. There's nothing in that Insta.
Facebook?
But no. Facebook,
Twitter?
bahut thoda.
Twitter?
Twitter, to ekdam hi nahi. I'm bad at that, but I want to grow into my Insta thing.
So do you believe an artist के लिए वो ज़रूरी है? And do you feel that you lack that you should do that? And आपके ऊपर pressure तो आता ही होगा तुम्हारी जब फिल्में release होती होंगी. So I'm sure your PR guys and all of them must be telling you.
Oh yes. So I'm still unsettled with this answer. I don't know actually, because sometimes I feel no, it's not necessary. Your work speaks, but now I feel no, sometimes it is necessary because that's the only way you can reach out to multiple people, and that's probably the only connecting point with the audience that you have is your social media. That's the way your work will be seen. So if you ask me this now, I'm still unsettled. Maybe a few years later. I like that media. I've seen a lot of people using it very, very beautifully and very intelligently, and I'd like to use it like that as well. So right now I don't know about whether it's good to do that or not.
So what do you think about that?
I don't mind actually, but I can't sit on Instagram the whole day just to bring that popularity. I don't know how to do it also. I sometimes put something and I don't know how to do it. Many people says that you should show your niche, which is the audience. I don't understand what it is, but it's a very new language. And if someone helps me understand that better, but I don't want to show everything of my life.
No.
No.
Actually, that's true also. I think as of now, I would not want to reveal so many things about myself because ultimately I'm performing various kinds of characters all the time. And I want that secrecy to be there and not people know Neeraj Kabi too much.
One thing I realized very strongly, Neeraj, that Instagram at least given us a space when if we want to talk about something, we can do that.
Yes.
That space is there. But that's the balance that what we want to give the audience.
How you look, there is always a pressure on each actor. Do you ever feel that pressure, or do you feel that no, the artist should be himself as he is, unadulterated?
If you are asking me, I would say that maybe as an entertainer, when you are a star entertainer, I'm not talking about a star actor. When a star entertainer, at that time people look at you and look up to you in a particular way because you're showing them a world that does not exist. You're showing them a beautiful world of imaginations which they probably don't get to see or experience in life. You're showing them good clothings, good dresses, good ways of dancing, good ways of singing. So they're looking at all that and it gives them delight to that audience. So they look at you like that, they look up to you like that, and they want you to remain like that. Sometimes the audiences don't want you to change, even after you're 80 or 90, whatever. They just want you to be the same. And I guess that's the reason why star entertainers need to do that because that's what they've been doing for such a long time. They've been entertaining the audiences and they're making them laugh. They've shown them singing, dancing, everything. So maybe the audiences want you to be like that. So maybe there is a pressure over there to remain that way so that, till they die, they still remember you as the time you came in as a 25-year-old. You are still that because that's how the audiences relate to you emotionally as well. They want you to be there. Maybe the audiences don't want you to grow older. They want to hang on to you. I'm sure many audiences want that. They don't want their actors or actresses to grow older. They just want to hang on. So there one can understand that there might be a pressure.
Like there are a lot of artists who say कि अरे आप अगर बाल कलर करोगे तो आप 10 साल और यंग लगोगे तो आप 10 साल यंगर का रोल कर सकते हो. So you don't feel all those pressures?
To me, if you ask me, no, I don't feel that pressure at all. I've colored my hair a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is by the way, salt and pepper look. So he is in.
Okay, but here I must say there is a dichotomy, okay, which is to do with sexism.
Yeah.
That जब आदमी लगता है, oh, he looks so elegant and sophisticated like George Clooney, but जब औरत करती है, it's not looked upon in the same way. Now, of course, there are women who are
No, it's not that.
No, but it is. Maximum अभी भी एक औरत के ऊपर एक ज़्यादा pressure होता है to look young. As I said today, I can never imagine a Rekha ever doing that. But I can imagine like men tend to get away with it also because they do look, in the perception wise, like a George Clooney or Richard Gere, they looked very distinguished. I mean, as do you and so many other men. So there is that sexism also, don't you believe?
Maybe, yeah. Because when I did the film Once Again, it's a romantic film with Shefali Shah, I had almost hair like this, which is salt and pepper. It didn't make me look very young or something, but that was a beautiful romantic film which resonated with a lot of audiences all over the world, not just in our country. And it still lives in the hearts of people. That film, I still get messages on my phone. Even till date, it's been almost 5 years now. But it's a beautiful romantic love story. And I felt that if you can do that without doing anything with your own self, and if that's the kind of acting quality you can have, and the training you can have to portray even that role. And that's the time actually I was even more determined that abhi to aur isko to kala karna hi nahi hai, because let it be the way it is. No, because the thing is, if there are roles where you have to just temporarily make it black or whatever, that's up to the director to have a team who will do that for me. I'm not going to be doing that, but they do that, and that's perfectly okay. I'm willing to do that. That's not a problem. But in a way, to live with completely this thing, that is not at least my take.
What is your most challenging role?
Most challenging role, I think, mostly all the roles I was doing, all that I've done have been challenging. Right from Ship of Theseus, I just did Jinnah, Muhammad Ali Jinnah.
Oh, wow.
It's yet to come now. That was tough for me. And I did Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru.
Wow.
Which is yet to come now. In December, it'll be there for a film.
What is challenging about Talwar? That was very...
Talwar was emotionally very, very challenging. Yes, it's a true life story. It's challenging because you cannot be unfair to a human family that is still going through.
And especially because case चल रहा था, so it was always very कि how do you portray him without seeming one way or the other?
Exactly.
Right?
That's why it became challenging, and emotionally it was very challenging at that time. I used to carry a briefcase with all the notes, and those notes were nothing but newspaper articles, magazines, whatever had their content, everything would be read every single day. When I used to enter my van, my briefcase would open just as I go to office. Everything would be kept like that in a row, right on the bed, on the sheets, everywhere, and would continuously go on reading every article every single day of the shoot, every single day. And that helped you to develop what you wanted to say actually through the film. That becomes very, very difficult because you are broken actually inside. You feel that way. I can't do this anymore because I am now damaging my own self mentally also.
Okay, last में rapid fire. I'm going to give you names of actors you worked with. And what is the first thing that comes to your mind about them? Konkana.
Let me breathe. You're just starting off immediately like that. Wait, okay? So you want me to... Konkana is very intuitive and extremely beautifully funny as a person. She's beautifully funny. It's not that she just cracks. She's just funny to be with, and it's a very nice humor that she has. Not humor of cracking jokes. She's funny in the way she comes on stage, in the way she deals with things.
She has very wry humor.
Yeah. I like that.
Vidya Balan.
Vidya Balan, again, is somebody who is vocally very, very funny on set. She's just everywhere. She's talking and chatting with everybody. And when she suddenly comes into what she's doing, there's a complete shift which you see that happens in her.
Pankaj Tripathi.
His Hindi is very beautiful. I just love talking with him
There's
in the
a
way, with the ease with which
there's a lyricism, एक lyrical quality है उनकी हिंदी बोलने में. इरफान.
What's the word to use for this man? He was an institution by himself. I felt that there was so much that came out of this man, and his level of emotional intelligence that he had was very, very strong. Mental intelligence was always there, but his emotional intelligence was very, very, very strong. And he had a way to carry himself. That's what I really admired about him a lot, on set, even otherwise. There is a way he carried his life forward in a very, very beautiful and a strong way. He stood out in a way that you will not see other actors standing out.
And finally, Sushant Singh Rajput.
Very bubbly youngster who I knew. I mean, I think just 2 months before he passed away, there was, I remember meeting him at a place. He was doing his lines, and it was a resort where even I had checked in for some time, and I remember he was doing his lines, and I suddenly saw him at a distance. He was doing, and I thought I saw Sushant. I was taking a walk at night, and I saw him, so I waved, and he also waved, and we were both surprised to see each other in the same resort. So he came out, and I asked him, "What are you doing here?" He said, when I do my lines, I come over here. Scripts वगैरह करता तो यहाँ मैं अकेले आता हूँ, यहाँ अकेले सब कुछ मैं पढ़ता हूँ. Which is a very beautiful thing. He was a boy who had a lot of intelligence in him. He had lots of dreams that he wanted to. He spoke about them also. Beautiful things that he spoke about. He never spoke things that were ridiculously irrelevant. He never did that. At least from whatever I know, even on set during Byomkesh Bakshi, everything he spoke was beautiful. Made a lot of sense. Made you think, made you realize, oh, this is so nice coming from a youngster that he's speaking these kinds of things. These are the kinds of dreams that he has.
बहुत सवाल मैंने कर लिए. एक सवाल मैं चाहता हूँ कि सीमा आपसे पूछे. जो she's dying to ask.
Yeah, I was actually.
Yes.
So when there used to be shows of Hamlet, and curtain call was must, and that's very important. Every time Neeraj used to introduce everyone, and when he used to come to me, he used to forget my name. Why?
I used to do that?
Always. Anyway, if you don't have answer, then it's okay.
There's no, I never knew this.
He will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll be in the middle. He'll come and say. It was so hilarious.
My apologies to you.
In every show.
I've not done that with a conscious mind. I don't know why I forgot.
Well, that is Seema, जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं.
And Gertrude performed by Seema. And Gertrude performed by Seema.
Seema, thank you.
And the role of Gertrude performed by Seema. Ladies and gentlemen, the role of Gertrude now performed by Seema. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Seema performed the role of
Thank you
Gertrude.
so much.
मिल गया, तसल्ली मिल गई.
Yes, yes.
सीमा जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं. आपकी एक चीज लाइफ में जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं. It could be an obsession, it could be an addiction, it could be a food item, it could be a collection कि मैं जूते बहुत कलेक्ट करता हूँ या whatever. जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं. What is it?
This thing about being a performer, इसकी कोई सीमा नहीं है.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about being an actor. Very, very excited.
And one way that you believe कि जिसने अपनी सारी सीमाएं तोड़ी हैं लाइफ में. What is that thing? Where you feel proud कि हाँ मैंने इस चीज को, इस बाउंड्री को तोड़ा है.
What I believed in, I still believe in that, and I'm still going to believe in that. So that's what has helped me a lot. I'm very proud of that fact. Despite everything else happening around, I could stand up to what I believed until now.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
Thank you, Anirudh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seema. Really, thank you a lot.
I just loved it.
और ये है Gertrude और ये है Gertrude जिसका नाम है सीमा.
But can I just say one more thing before I end? You know, one thing about what I've loved with Seema's performance in Hamlet, the play which I directed many years ago, 2004, is that everything that she was doing as an actor, even till date, if you ask me, I can tell you her movements from the time she enters the frame, by the time she enters stage, what she does, what were her actions, how did she speak those lines, how could she maintain something so powerfully. Her strength lies in keeping something inside her very strongly and letting it out very, very gradually to the audience. That's the beauty about what she does as a performer. When she would be there on stage, there were so many actors on stage, so many. There was a dancer also on stage. Everything was there. But you could see Seema that there is a way that she holds a character and she lets out the details of that character very, very slowly through what she is to the audience. It's almost like goes in slowly soaking into everybody. And she gives it away like that. And that's very difficult to do as an actor. When you come, you tend to say everything and show everything that you can for the character. But that's not good quality of performance. Good quality of performance happens when you reveal the character very gradually, very slowly, letting the audience know, now this about the character. This is something more you want to know. Not doing actions of it. Just the way she used to be the steady in one position, staying over there. Just the way she would move her physical body, just the way she would move her entire face, the way she would perform the lines. Everything gave away the character very, very gradually, very slowly, one at a time. That's something I learned at that time where I didn't know acting. That's something I saw and I felt this is so powerful even on stage to do this. Not just do it in cinema. Cinema you can't do too many things. On stage to be able to do that is something fabulous.
खुश तो तुम बहुत होगी.
Of course, to my sick soul.
This is our Gertrude.
Gertrude, performed by Seema.
जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं.
जिसकी कोई सीमा नहीं.
पूरी जिंदगी की ख्वाहिश पूरी हो गई अभी मुझे. I came to a circle. It came to a circle.
Such a pleasure, guys. And अगली बार हम फिर आएंगे एक और मुद्दा लेकर, एक और मौजू लेकर, जिसे हम वहां तक पहुंचाएंगे जिसकी कोई
सीमा नहीं. Wow, that was Neeraj Kabi. Wasn't that episode an absolute adventure? So, if you like Seema Jiski Koi Seema Nahi, then don't keep it to yourself. Immediately hit the button, share, like and subscribe. And don't forget to tap the bell icon too.
Bye.